Hi friends, it's Tracy from MejiasFamilyFarm, and today I wanted to talk a little about tiny house living and storage and organization. Excuse me. Uh, what do you do if you live in a tiny house? What do you use for storage or organizing? I'll just go through a little bit of what we currently have and what we plan for the future. So to my left over here, I'll turn the camera a little bit. As you can see, I have some shelving here. There's also one right next to it over here. And this is where I keep my spices right now, as you can see. Um, and that's where I store pretty much my spices right now. So if it wasn't for some lady giving these away on Craigslist for free, I wouldn't actually have these. We'd probably just have like shelf brackets and some wood that we've painted up here, which would still be awesome. I do kind of want to add maybe another shelf just for odds and ends that are up there to the ceiling that I don't really use that often, but we feel we might use at a later date. Other than that, we have our storage on the countertops. Like I showed you yesterday, we have our Instapot air frying oven over here. Next to that is also our coffee pot. And then obviously our utensils and all that fun stuff over here. And our sink, of course. All right, you guys, sorry about the little jiggle here. There we go. As you can see alongside the sink here, the double sink, which we are going to be changing at a later date, we did find a little bit bigger, so that is going to give me less counter space. So, but I'm okay with that without water flying all over the place when I'm washing dishes. I'm okay with that. On this side, I have all my Bath and Body products, like my baker's sugar, my arrowroot powder, another one of those shelving units like you saw with my spices, and has all my things that I use for making my Bath and Body products. Obviously our microwave is on this side, but it's where it fits and it never really gets unplugged because it's next to the refrigerator here. Underneath, we got these wonderful cabinets with the shelving from that same lady on Craigslist that she was giving them away for free. They each have 4 drawers, and there's pop in, pop out clothes, easy close. And down here we have a cabinet, and that's where I saw all my extra rags and cleaning towels and cleaning supplies. And then we also have another one right under here, which also has 3 drawers. There's one drawer missing, so I kind of put some canned vegetables and stuff like that down there. I'm so used to having a sweater on, so I'm going to zip up a little bit. I do have the door open. The dogs like to sunbathe at the door, so that's really funny. With that being said, as you can see here, I utilize the ball jars that are painted. I painted them myself, and I use them for my utensils, so they can be tucked really nice. I have 2 of them, so I tuck them in with all my spoons and cooking stuff and my scissors and all that fun stuff. Okay, and speaking of storage, my idea is to get possibly 2 of those like 6 cubby bins with the little baskets that go inside. I'm going to get 2 of those and put them here, so that way I can keep my pots and pans and all that fun stuff in those possibly, and maybe underneath, because there's always like that little bit of space that you can throw a frying pan underneath. And then I'm going to utilize the second one for my Bath and Body products, because as of right now, I'm using just a small rolly cart. It has all my essential oils and my fragrance oils in the top bin, and my tins and all that other fun stuff in the second and third. I purchased it at the thrift store. I only paid $4 for it, so I wasn't complaining. It works for now. I also utilize the top, and I throw some of my extra towels on there when I need to grab a towel really quick. And then what I want to do is put a shelf all the way across to the far end of the wall. This will not be in the way. As you can see when we open our freezer, this will not be in the way. So I want to have a whole shelf, and then that will take away a lot of the stuff that are in my shelves here, the spices that I want to put up there. And if you watched my other video about the new Instapot air fry oven, it also dehydrates. So what I want to do is once we start our garden and we're able to get all our herbs, I want to dehydrate them and put them up here on the shelf in the jars, so that way I have more space to utilize up here. What my husband did is below me is the counter. That's where I have my camera on. There's a counter, and then underneath he added me two very long, so I'm going to say from right where my hand starts all the way to my wall is a very long shelf underneath. There's two. And underneath the bottom shelf, there's about this much space, like I said, and that's right now where I'm hiding some extra ball jars, the little pint-sized ones, and some pots and pans. And it's all hidden. You can't really tell that it's there. I know it's there, so that's all that matters. So when it's time to use them, I know exactly where they're at. I do store my rice over here, and like measuring cups and all that fun stuff is kind of hidden on the top shelf, so I have easy access to it. And then on top of the drawer units that you see right here, there's about this much space, and I put my single burner induction oven on the top of this one, so I can just easy get to it and easy put it back without hitting anything or it being in the way or having to keep it on the countertops. So that's one thing I want to do. Right now where we have our bed is in the back. I'm not showing you guys that because it's not quite finished yet. We have our bed there and also a dresser. And next to that on this side is a closet, a walk-in closet. It does have a door. And right now the closet is being used as our pantry. So it has all our canned goods and all that fun stuff on the shelving inside there. But what we want to do where our bed is currently, once our bed is moved up to the loft, we are going to add in those shelving units. We're going to probably add two to the wall, and then that way I can also store my canned goods in there, which frees up the space inside the closet. My idea is to kind of put a lot of shelving going throughout the tiny house, and that way it'll free up a lot more space. I can put pictures up there, and instead of using the tops of my other cabinets or trying to just maneuver things in where they fit right now. So that's a big plus. We do utilize a few plastic cart things, plastic drawers that pull out. My husband has tools in the one with some nails and all that fun stuff. You know, his man tools. And then on top of that, we kind of have our printer. So if I ever need to make labels, we kind of have that situated right there. But the back room, also where our bed and dresser are right now, will also be our computer room. So we're just going to put a small table in there with two chairs so we can access our computers whenever needed, also edit videos, and then that's where my printer will be too, so that also frees up a lot more space on the side here. I'm thinking I might put another rack there as well, a little shelving unit, and that way I can also store stuff that I need for the kitchen. So for me, I need a place for everything, and as much as I like to have as little as possible when it comes to my spices and all that, and with me making my own homemade sazon, which is in another video, so go ahead and check that out. I like to have all my spices here or, you know, close by so that I can access them when I need to make a new batch. The same with my body products. I like to have my oils and my butters and all that together and easy access, so I don't have to. Right now they're all the way over there, so my oils and butters are there. My essential oils and, you know, mixing tools and all that, and my tins and jars, they are all over here. It's easier for me to just grab the jars and tins if I know what I'm going to be making for the day, and then that way I can come over to my little work area, spray them out with my alcohol, make sure that they're all clean and sanitized before I put the actual product in there. So right now that works, but if I can have my oils and butters kind of closer, that would be amazing. I can kill two birds with one stone without having to walk across a little bit. But other than that, what are your ideas of storage in a tiny house? If you live in a tiny house, please let us know in the comment section below. what you've done as far as storage or where you put things, and what do you use for those little tiny nooks and crannies. So yeah, definitely give us some pointers, or if you have any ideas of what type of shelving units work best, or because I am going to put my canned goods on the shelving units on the other side. I want them to be sturdy because cans get heavy. And if I start canning, once I start canning, no, I am going to start canning. Once I start canning, they're also going to go over there because it is kind of enclosed and it doesn't get too much sunlight. So we do want some place that's cool and dark to store our canned goods as far as using a canner. So that would be a major plus. I know I would love it a little bit more closer to the kitchen, but those are things that we plan to store for long term. So it's not a necessity for me to run over there and get, a can of, I don't know, green beans and bring them over here, because then if that was the case, I'm going to use the shelving that's down here for the storage, and I'll utilize up the space here by putting some of these things that are here up on my long shelving unit. So with that being said, guys, any pointers you have, I would greatly appreciate. If you live in a tiny house and you want to share some pictures of what you did as far as organizing and storage, please let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to visit our website, MejiasFamilyFarm.com, and check out the awesome bottom products that we make. Actually, I make, and my husband helps. He's the tester sometimes. But you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. It'll let you know whenever I upload a new video. But again, friends, thank you so much for watching, and you have a blessed day.